Why do RC receivers and servos need a BEC? Imagine flying a drone or racing an RC car and suddenly losing control. What if I told you that a tiny circuit inside your electronic speed controller could help prevent that? Today, we're talking about why RC receivers and servos need a BEC, or battery eliminator circuit, to keep everything running smoothly. Most RC models use a main battery to power the motor. These batteries are often lithium polymer packs that can be 2S, 3S, or even higher voltage. But the electronics, like the receiver and servos, need a much lower voltage, usually around 5 or 6 volts. Connecting these sensitive parts directly to the high-voltage battery could damage them or cause erratic behavior. That's where the BEC comes into play. It's a small circuit, often built into the electronic speed controller, that steps down the high voltage from the main battery to a safe, steady 5 or 6 volts. Think of it as a voltage converter that makes sure your receiver and servos get just the right amount of power without risking damage. This setup simplifies wiring because you don't need a separate battery just for the electronics, which also cuts down on weight. Most modern electronic speed controllers include an internal BEC, which works well for many models. But if you're using high-torque digital servos or have several servos working at once, the internal BEC might not supply enough current. In these cases, adding a separate, standalone BEC can give you more power. This extra BEC ensures your receiver and servos always have enough juice to operate correctly, especially during demanding maneuvers. Another reason to use a BEC is safety. If the electronic speed controller fails, the internal BEC might stop working, causing a loss of power to the receiver and servos. A standalone BEC can keep them powered even if the main controller fails, which is very important in aircraft where losing control can be dangerous. In simple terms, a BEC makes sure your RC components stay powered safely and reliably from a single battery. It protects your electronics from high voltage, reduces wiring complexity, and can be upgraded for bigger, more complex setups. For most RC toy models, the built-in BEC in the electronic speed controller is enough. But for larger or more advanced models, adding a separate BEC is a smart move to keep everything running smoothly and safely.